So, welcome back in the next video from halogen derivative. Till this date, we have seen 5 videos based on the chapter halogen derivative. Okay, and we are gradually proceeding along with a syllabus. Now this video number 6, that is part 6, and today we will discuss some important facts. How can we represent molecule on a plane of a paper? Okay, and for that purpose we have two proposed methods or pattern. Out of that, first one is the Fisher. What? Fisher projection formula. After that we will see Wage formula. Okay, so let us start from the Fisher projection formula. Now what is meant by Fisher projection formula, or there will be a question, write a short note on Fisher projection formula. Okay, now suppose if we want to express any molecule on the plane of the paper in 3-dimensional view. In what? That is important. In the 3-dimensional view, then some scientist approaches like Fisher about his projection formula, and it will be like this. Okay, so you must know, you should be able to express the formula on the plane of the paper via 3-dimensional media or 3-dimensional view. So what is the main aim of the Fisher projection formula? The main aim of the Fisher projection formula is to view 3-dimensional pattern of the molecule on a plane of the paper. Everybody know our plane of the paper is 2-dimensional, yes or no? This blackboard is 2-dimensional. So on this blackboard, how can we express 3D view? And for that purpose, he have generated some rules. About them today we will discuss. Okay, so what exactly? Suppose we have formula. For example, for a while I remove this. Okay, so let us talk about the current title. For example, we have formula CCl-BrI. Suppose we have this molecule. Then what happened? First we see the carbon chain. So everybody see here how it will be. So in this way we have to write the cross. Okay, this is the cross, and at this center there is a chiral carbon atom. Which carbon atom? Chiral. See carefully, chiral carbon atom. Okay, after that we will write everything here, Cl, Br, I, and here hydrogen. One thing is missing here, you may write here hydrogen. Now it is completed. Okay, carbon is tetravalent, that's why. Now see here, this is called as Fisher projection formula. What is this? Fisher projection formula. Now look at this cross. This vertical line is nothing but your longest continuous carbon chain. In that, what happened? At this center, what I am saying, at this center there is a chiral carbon atom. Okay, there is a chiral carbon atom. Now everybody see here, this bond, this CH bond, here we can write bond above the plane of paper. So how this bond is? This bond is above the plane of the paper. Above the plane of the paper. For example, if this is plane, okay, if this is plane, then this is the above the plane of the paper. That type of thinking is called as means this horizontal way. Okay, now this bond, see here, this bond is generally below the plane. Okay, so in this way we have to imagine here matter is the imagination only. Okay, actually we can't predict what is there, but by having this figure, by having this formula, by having this rule, we can decide the or precise the rule which one is like what. Okay, so this is the bond which is above the plane of the paper, and this is the bond which is below the plane of the paper, and these two bonds are on the plane of the paper. Okay, these are the two bonds which are on the plane, okay. So this is about the Fisher projection formula. Okay, now one question will be there. See here, question is there which is very important. Express the isomer or enantiomer of, enantiomer in last video we have discussed under the title optical activity. Okay, so express the isomer or enantiomer of lactic acid. Which acid? Lactic acid with Fisher projection formula. With what? Fisher projection formula. Okay, now see here what happened. First we should know lactic acid. So see here, this is your lactic acid, CH3CHCOOH. Okay, and here we have to write what? Hydroxyl group. This is your lactic acid. Okay, now we have to express in three-dimensional view via Fisher projection formula. Then it will be like this. See here. Okay, so COOH, here OH, here CH3, and here H. Okay, what is this? This is your chiral carbon atom. We know what is meant by chiral carbon atom. Okay, after that see here, this bond above the plane, I write here bond above the plane, and this bond below the plane. You can write here bond above the paper for simple thinking. You can write here bond below the paper. Okay, so exactly this is the example of, or you can write Fisher projection formula for lactic acid. For what? Lactic acid. Okay, now let's, without wasting a moment, let's directly go for the second title. Listen carefully what I am saying. Second title is what? Number 2, Veitch formula. Which formula? Veitch formula. Now what happens here? Whenever there is a tetrahedral carbon atom, okay, whenever we want to show the tetrahedral carbon atom on a plane of the paper, in that case Veitch formula is very, very important. Okay, first I draw. See here what happened. For example, everybody see here, we will take example of 2-chlorobutane. 2-chlorobutane. What is the formula? CH3 CH CH CH3. Okay, here we will write like this and we will write like this. Okay, so everybody see here what happened. This is your carbon atom. Okay, after that its tetrahedral structure is like this. See here carefully what I am saying. Okay, so here C2H5, here your hydrogen, here your CH3, and here your Cl. Got it? This C2H5 is nothing but this one. You can easily write like this also, no problem. Now everybody see here, this bond lie in plane. Try to understand. this bond lie in plane. So in short I can say CH3C bond lie in the plane, CH bond lie in the plane. Now there are two type of bond. Okay, this is the broken wedge bond, and this is the solid wedge bond. Okay, now everybody see here, this broken wedge bond indicate this is below the plane. How? Below the plane. And this solid wedge bond indicate what? Above the plane. And by this we can easily predict which one is above the plane and which one is below the plane. So whenever there is a tetrahedral geometries in which 3D view is very difficult to draw, so by having such a simple concept provided by the wedge formula, we can easily understand what happens to them. Okay, now so this is about the wedge formula. So there is a concept of heavy wedge. This is also called as heavy wedge. Okay, this is called as dotted wedge, or you can say this is the what? Broken kind of wedges, and this is the solid line type of wedges. So solid means above the plane and broken wedge means below the plane. Okay, so this is the distance. Now everybody see here, can we convert Fisher projection formula into the wedge formula? Yes, we can. Okay, see here how what happened. Everybody know previous example. In case of Fisher projection formula I have taken, what is that? See here, it is like that. Okay, Cl Br I H. Okay, now it was what? Fisher projection formula. So if we want to convert this into wedge formula, it will be like this. See here, this is your chiral carbon atom. Okay, chiral carbon atom. Similar to that, this is your chiral carbon atom. Then see here what I am doing. This is your heavy wedge, or you can say what? Solid wedge. Okay, this is your heavy wedge or solid wedge. Here there will be hydrogen, here there will be Br. Now this is your dotted Cl and Br. So in this way we can convert Fisher into wedge into Fisher. Okay, if you want to discuss in more, then please go through the textbook or any other kind of reference book. You will find more example, more queries in that cases. Okay, in exercise portion definitely we will discuss them. Even you can suggest me via commenting, okay, via messaging, what kind of problem you are going to face regarding this topic, isn't it? Now I am going to close this. Okay, now next topic which is very important right from the halogen derivative, that is the chemical properties. As you know very well, what you know very well, initially we have seen introduction, followed by nomenclature, followed by methods of preparation of the alkyl halide. Okay, so when we have seen methods of alkyl halide, okay, in that what happened? In that alkyl halide was the part of product. Okay, now under the title of chemical properties of what? Alkyl halide. Here try to understand the meaning. In methods of preparation we have seen various methods where we can have the preparation of alkyl halide. Now chemical properties means what? We have to do a chemical study of the alkyl halide. In short I can say what kind of new derivative, what kind of new product can be prepared using alkyl halide. That is the meaning in short. Okay, so methods of preparation and chemical properties are exactly opposite in direction. Okay, one says how to prepare, another says what can be prepared from that derivative. So first example is there, or first reaction is there, action of, see here, action of aqueous AQ dot alkali. Okay, alkali means what? Here we have to take potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide. Displacement type of reaction is there, very simple reaction. It is simplest among all reactions of chemistry. Okay, so first we will see general reaction. See here what happened without wasting a moment. Okay, here what happened? Let us take general alkyl halide. What is this? Alkyl halide. Okay, plus aqueous alkali, that is potassium hydroxide. Instead of this you can take sodium hydroxide. Okay, slight heating is necessary for this reaction and simple displacement takes place. Simple displacement means what? Aqueous. एक second. Here such a type of displacement takes place and new derivative we get what? ROH plus potassium halide. What is this? Everybody know, very popular compound having name what? Alcohol. So we get here one of the important method of preparation of alcohol from the alkyl halide. Now as you change the alkyl group and halide, you will get the desired alcohol. For example, let us prepare 3 alcohols here. Number 1, suppose I want to prepare ethyl alcohol. Okay, then I will take here C2H5Br. Everybody know ethyl bromide plus potassium hydroxide. Which one? Aqueous one. Slight heating will be there. What happened? Such a type of byproduct will be formed and product obtained will be C2H5OH plus KBr. So what is this? It is the ethyl alcohol, IUPAC name ethanol, which is 1 degree. Okay, 2nd degree alcohol you can prepare. For example, see here number 2. Now let us prepare 2 degree alcohol having name isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol, then take same alkyl halide, I mean to say such a alkyl halide which contains same alkyl group. So it will be like this, CH3, CH and CH3OH, sorry, Br. Okay, instead of Br you can change the halide, you can take chloro, you can take iodo. What is this? Isopropyl bromide, got it, plus what? Potassium hydroxide, or you can take here what? Change the alkali, sodium hydroxide, forming what? Aqueous. So you will get desired product CH3, CHOH, here CH3. Okay, so this is your isopropyl alcohol, got it, plus byproduct sodium bromide. Similarly you can go for the tertiary, that is 3 degree alcohol preparation. See here what happened. Now everybody know this OH group is attached to secondary carbon atom, therefore this is your secondary alcohol. Similar to that, see here, if we take this and this, what is this? Everybody know, this is new reaction. Okay, this is your new reaction. Let us take number 3 reaction. This is T-butyl bromide. Okay, so see carefully what I am doing here. Simply change the product CH3 and here OH. So we get T-butyl alcohol, which is the tertiary alcohol. Okay, so most simple reaction, T alcohol, that is what? T-butyl alcohol. Okay, so this is about the preparation of alcohols from the alkyl halide. Very fundamental process, very basic process we can say. Okay.